The 2025 FISU Summer World University Games are just days away as we continue the UniUSA's Road to Rhine-Ruhr feature. Today, we're delighted to talk with head coach of the UCLA men's and women's water polo programs. We've got Adam Wright, along with student athletes Tali Stryker and Peter Castillo. Coach, Tali, Peter, how's it going today?
Pretty
Going
good. How
great.
Awesome. Awesome. Doing great. Can't wait to see you all compete here shortly. Like you, I'm headed to Germany in just a few days too. So looking forward to hearing from you guys, getting to know you a little bit better and hear about your program. So, Coach, first off, question for you. You've competed in the U.S. In your playing career. You actually competed in these games, which is super special. How excited are you to represent the USA with your and share this experience with your players?
Yeah, I think, um, for both of our teams to have the ability, obviously, we're representing our university, but now to represent our country um, is a once in a lifetime opportunity to walk into an opening ceremonies um, with all the different sports from our country, but every other country that's there is something that our athletes will never forget. To be in the dining halls, to attend other sports as spectators, and I think for me, the thing that I keep holding on to, and this is my six games, whether it was as an athlete or as a coach, there's really nothing like this besides the Olympic Games. And so to have the opportunity for our athletes um, to be in this position is beyond special, and is going to serve us well, not only for our upcoming season, but for our student athletes for the rest of their lives with relationships.
And Coach, you've got a couple of those really talented student athletes there. Go ahead and introduce us to Tally and Peter and tell us how much they mean to your programs.
Yeah, look, both Tali and Peter, from the first moment that I started recruiting them, the impact I knew they would have on our programs was immense. Both of them in their first year, just this past year, played pivotal roles for the success of both of our teams. But for me, more importantly, for me, the biggest thing is character, work ethic, um, how you work with the group, um, and that's why we made it a top priority to have both of them in our given programs. And so for me, um, this experience for both of them to have an opportunity to become bigger leaders in our programs is going to be really, really important as we navigate forward into the next school year. So, we have a tough task. We know on both sides we have a lot of stiff competition, but both Tally and Pete will help lead that charge and get us to a place where we have a chance to be our best.
Good stuff. Tally, let's get to know you a little bit. Have you ever been to Germany or Europe before, or is this the first time for you?
No, this is actually my first time to Europe, so I'm really excited for that.
Like Coach had mentioned, you'll be able to walk with your teammates and other athletes from all over the country in the opening ceremonies. You'll get to potentially even get to watch some different games. How much are you excited to participate in these games, and what will it mean to you to represent the USA?
Well, as Adam said, like it's an amazing experience just to go to Germany and play in these games. There's nothing really like it compared to like the Olympics. So I'm super stoked. I think it's gonna be really cool representing USA and just like being with all different teams from around the country, getting to see everyone. Hopefully, we'll get to go to some games, but just to be able to experience it, walk with other athletes, represent USA, and play in Germany and Europe would it's an amazing experience that I'm so lucky to have.
Yeah. Peter, how about you? Is this your first time heading over to Europe, or have you made that trip before?
I made that trip a couple of times. I've played with the national team, like junior and youth, over the course of my life, and also even in club at Newport Harbor. I went to Europe a couple of times just as a team over a couple of summers. But yeah, just like as Tally and Adam were saying, like super fun. The environment is super cool. Being able to represent the U.S. and hear the national anthem before the game gets me pretty fired up. So I love all of that, and it's gonna be a really fun experience.
Yeah, Peter, tell us about some of those experiences. What was that like for you? You know, competing internationally, competing for the U.S.
I mean, just most recently, Junior Worlds, literally two weeks ago. We performed pretty well. We placed pretty high. We got second, got into that final game. And that was something really special to bring home to the US and see as people reached out, just showing their support, and whether past teams, people I haven't met before, friends, family. Um, it's really, really special. And especially when you're able to perform well and show the more dominant European teams that we came to play, and the US is coming.
Coach, you know, as you prepare both teams, right? You're the head coach of both programs. You know, what advice are you giving your athletes as they prepare to make that trip to Germany to compete against teams all over the world? What advice are you giving them?
Well, I look, I mean, it's been a kind of a little bit of a wild run up. You know, we just finished school not that long ago, a month ago. We also have to be mindful of, you know, we have teams that have been going all year, how we're doing breaks. We have people gone with national team, obviously international kids that play in our programs that can't participate with our team because we're with the US team. And so, you know, for us, flexibility is a big one. And, you know, even when we get over to Germany, right, we have a staff that's going to be with two teams, which is not, it's not normal per se. And I think, you know, for us, the biggest thing is the way both teams have approached the training. You know, I think we've put ourselves with the restrictions that we've had from a training standpoint in a good position fitness wise. You know, we're building out plays and those type of things. But at the end of the day, you know, it's the opportunity and how we choose to approach this opportunity. And, you know, what I do believe in is I believe in both of our teams. I believe in that they know that if they can do the right thing and play together, we'll have a chance. And that's all you want is a chance. We want a chance to position ourselves at the end of every game to be successful. And we're looking forward to the challenge. You know, it's a situation where if we had a year to run up before these games, of course, would we be in a better position overall? Of course, but at the same time, both teams are always up for a challenge, and I think, you know, I think both teams will be ready. And the reality is these experiences, no matter what, are going to serve not only us but each individual better for sure.
Peter, let's talk a little bit about the UCLA program. You know, you're from the California area. You know, what's it like competing for the Bruins and playing for this water polo program, especially under coach?
Pretty cool actually. Most international tournaments is kind of the US at least. A bunch of people from different teams coming together, and they're trying to manufacture like chemistry that some other European teams may have over the US just because they've been training together for so much longer. But being able to go as a team that has probably spent like the last year or so, not include or like including new freshmen and new players coming in as well. It'll be really cool, and it's a great experience, an opportunity for us to grow towards our goal and you know, NC2As at home, and it'll be fun.
Tali, you know, what has this opportunity meant for you to be able to play for the UCLA water polo program? You being from California as well, you know, what has this meant to you to be able to play for the Bruins?
I mean, it's an amazing experience. Peter said it very well, but growing up watching UCLA water polo on the men's and women's side, I've always looked up to the girls that played here. So it's just amazing to be able to represent my school under the US and go play internationally.
Tali, what do you hope to see in Germany outside the games? You know, if you have some time, you'll be able to check out some sites. What are you looking forward to seeing?
I don't know. I honestly don't know much about Germany, but I'm just excited to see all the, I don't know, maybe the culture, the landscape, hopefully see some other teams and meet some new people.
And just a couple questions for you as we wrap things up here, Coach. What are some team goals that you and your staff have maybe established for the team? What do you hope to accomplish? You still have your full season ahead at UCLA for 25-26, but what are some team goals for the games in Germany?
Yeah, I mean, look, the most important thing, I think Pete said it in both our men's and women's teams. We have players, incoming freshmen, that have literally been with us for 2 weeks. And, this is just such a wonderful opportunity for them to learn, what is the culture like, to establish trust and friendship and be put in tough positions, because it's going to be tough, and that's when you have the greatest opportunity to grow, is under tough environments. And so for me, every year is a new year, right? Whether it's UCLA or a national team, new players coming in, old one, people leaving and graduating. And for me, that's the most exciting part is we get to do this in such a unique way. We're in a village, we're around other athletes. We have people that have just been with our program for 2 weeks. The springboard that this opportunity is providing for both of our men and women to grow as a group organically is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So that's what I'm most excited about. Of course, we want to perform, and that's all we have a high standard for ourselves. But for me, I'm looking at also the connections that our teams are going to start to make amongst each other.
Well, really appreciate your guys' time today. We can't wait to see your team compete in Germany. You guys some of you are heading out today, in a couple days. So we look forward to meeting you. We'll see you for the opening ceremonies, and best of luck as you compete for the USA team.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.